The second half, we have a tie game. We played 24 minutes, have decided nothing. It's Lafayette 7 and Tates Creek 7, as Tates Creek will kick off to start the second half. Some statistics briefly here provided by Mike Fields of the Lexington Herald Leader. The stat that sticks out in my mind is Chuck Hill carried the ball 21 times, Stan, for 112 yards. An outstanding first half. 21 times in one half of football. 21 times is a fair amount to carry the ball in one game, much less a half. So the second half is getting ready to get started, Stan.
Very impressive, Dick. Also, their offensive line was very impressive, too. Dick, all right, take it away. You got 7-7, a deadlock. Dick Simpson.
All right, Stan, thank you very much. A squib kick, chased down by Chris Porter. He's coming this way. Back at Victor Johnson. Victor Johnson getting a wall and a good run back out to about the 36-yard line. And Lafayette will start at that point. Some other stats, Tates Creek had 10 first downs to Lafayette's 3. Total yardage, Lafayette had 123 yards. Tates Creek had 161. Leading ball carriers for Lafayette, George, 4 carries for 17 yards. And Thomas Coates, that big 77 yards in the first half, mainly on that 79-yard run that he had. Okay, Lafayette will start first and 10 at the 35-yard line. Power I formation is to Antoine George as he rushes up across to about the 42-yard line, where he's met by 74 Matt Dawson in on the hit for Tates Creek.
They had a good offensive surge that time by McCarty, along with Pfister on that side. Did a good job, Dick, as they came off the football very well. Also Packer, number 62 off there, Dick. He did another good job of blowing away the Tates Creek defensive ends on this side.
Second down and 4, Lafayette at their own 42-yard line.
Tates Creek doesn't believe they'll pass the football, Dick, as they line them up in about a 6-man line.
This is Victor Johnson. Good cuts across midfield, where he's brought down by Anthony Kitt, number 1. But now before Johnson crossed midfield to the 49-yard line. Well, so Lafayette on their first 2 plays in the second half, Stan, picking up good yardage.
And Lafayette intends to establish the running ground gain so far this second half, as they're coming off the football, as we alluded to earlier, very well.
Well, both teams, not much success passing the first half. As we said, Tates Creek had 6 yards passing, Lafayette 9. A fumble. Gay fumbles the snap, but I believe he got it back.
That's about an 8-man line by Tates Creek as they're giving Lafayette. Really, I think that little slant pass, if they fake inside, Dick, and maybe go back and throw a little screen pass or something, it might be there for Lafayette. They may work on that in just a minute, because it looks like it could be, because Tates Creek is looking like about a 7-8-man front right now, with about 3 defensive corners.
Well, the thing about that, Stan, if you break that initial barrier, then you got pay dirt, as Thomas Coates found out in the first half. Second down 11, Lafayette at about midfield. Oh, he fakes the option, takes it himself, crosses the 45 to the 44-yard line, where he's met, it looked like, by number 79, Ron Hill, and 56, the nose guard, Melvin Lear. So we'll bring up about a 3rd and 5 situation at the Tates Creek 44. Rodney Bird calling the signals for Tates Creek, the leading tackler on the squad this year.
Lafayette tried the option play, and it worked very well. 3rd down and about 5, Dick.
3rd and 5 is to Antoine George off the right side of the Lafayette line. Brought down by number 4, Chuck Hill.
David Peel, along with Hull off that stack for Tates Creek, but they pick up a first down, Dick. They look very impressive starting the second half. They're coming in with a very impressive ground game.
The first 5 minutes of the second half, Stan, is the most important part of any ball game. UK has found that out in their first 2 games of the year. And Lafayette is marching down the field, looking very strong here to start the second half. Power I formation has been that way just about the entire game. Here's a pitch out to Antoine George, and he breaks through. Good pitch out by Matt Gay, who almost got sacked behind the line of scrimmage. George gets good yardage before he's run out of bounds by Anthony Kitt and David Peel, but not before he got down inside the 30 to the 27-yard line.
Well, that was a great play by Gay, as you called it, Dick. He was caught, and he just flipped it out. And, of course, the defensive pressure had already come, and there was no one to pick up the tailback, and he ripped it right on up there. Beautiful play by Antoine George.
Official timeout for a measurement stand.
Well, he's right close to it. I wouldn't doubt but what he has it, Dick, the way he ran with authority on that pitch out.
Stan, we also want to thank for the warm hospitality shown by Athletic Director Rick Phillips up here in the press box tonight. Has made us feel very welcome and has bent over backwards to help us in any way, and we really appreciate his efforts in making us feel comfortable here tonight on our visit to Tates Creek.
That's very true, Dick. Very well said. He's going to be just a bit shy, I believe, Dick. So it'll be a matter of inches, looks like. Well, they're going to measure. I thought he was shy, but we'll wait and see.
He is, Stan. They already marked it second in
okay.
inches. Victor Johnson checking into the ball game. Lunsford coming out. They running the plays for Tom Fee. So Vic Johnson, speed to burn, Stan, in the offensive backfield, along with Chris Porter and Thomas Coates.
Well, they show no wideouts, Dick, so it looks like a power formation for Lafayette. They're going to try to grind it out.
Stan, we mentioned last week, Tom Fee switched the entire offensive backfield for Lafayette to get some more points on the board. It worked last week, and they're moving the ball well right now. Gay back to pass. He's looking for Marcus Hill, and David Peel bumped him, and there's a pass interference. Yes, it was obvious. Peel, I don't think intentionally did it, but
that's right.
I believe he accidentally bumped him, and it will be a Lafayette first down.
Well, he had two receivers open. He had one short. Looked like Johnson was short about 15 yards down the field. But anyway, Lafayette gets a good break.
It looked like Peel did make the contact on Marcus Hill. Was not. But it's going to give Lafayette a first down and 10 inside the Tates Creek 20-yard line.
You're exactly right, and so it'll be Lafayette, a good opportunity here, Dick, to take it in and break the deadlock.
Well, it's a good call by Lafayette, going to the pass after several running plays, mixing it up well, trying to keep Tates Creek just a little off balance. So here we go, first and 10 at the 13-yard line. Lafayette, a great opportunity here to take the lead. Matt Gay handing off to George. He's nailed. He's nailed by Matt Dawson. The biggest hit of the night, leveled. Matt Dawson against Antoine George. Stan, I can fill it up here.
Dawson just held his line. Looked like no one touched Dawson, but boy, I'll tell you, he really nailed him. You called it correctly, and he loses a yard. A big play by Matthew Dawson.
A 3-year veteran of the Tates Creek team, playing offensive and defensive tonight, Stan. We didn't have him penciled in for defense, but he's in there right now, and he's doing a good job at the defensive tackle position. He's in there. He's in there replacing Todd Hall, who's seen most of the action tonight. Do not know if Hall is injured or not, but it's Dawson in there right now, and he just made a big play.
Dick, they also have another boy going both ways, Larry Wilson, a 5'10", 220-pound senior. He's fullback on offense and defensive end on defense.
Okay, 2nd and 11 from the 14-yard line. Handoff to Vic Johnson, and he's nailed. Crossing the line of scrimmage by number 3, Demetrius Wingate. Johnson got to about the 11, picked up about 3. So 2 good defensive plays, one by Matt Dawson and there by Demetrius Wingate. Will bring up a 3rd and 8 situation at the 11, Stan. A big down here.
You're right, a big down. They need to pick it up, are faced with a field goal, and so we might see the field goal kicker come in. 3rd down, 8 yards to go, 7:52 in the 3rd quarter. Lafayette has a chance to go up for the first time in the football game.
Okay, less than 8 minutes to play here in the 3rd quarter, and Lafayette has had the ball this entire quarter. A great drive going. Matt Gay back to pass. He's looking for Lunsford, can't find him. Chased out of the pocket. He's dangerous in this situation, and he's going to score. Touchdown, Lafayette, Matt Gay. From 11 yards out, got chased out of the pocket by Matt Dawson, and when you got a guy with the speed of Matt Gay in the open field, he's dangerous, and he proved it right there. Lafayette on top, 13-7.
Gay is a great athlete. He can do a lot. He can throw, as we said earlier, but he can also run that football. When everybody's covered, he just tucked it under and went across field and scored the Lafayette touchdown. Beautiful play by Matthew Gay.
So T.G. Shuck will be in for the extra point. Christopher Horn holding. A big kick. It's good. Lafayette 14, Tates Creek 7, with 7:26 to play in the third quarter. A great drive by Lafayette. Stan took up about 5 minutes of the third quarter. Shot kicking off, taken by Jimmy Bailey. And he is nailed right there. Scott Pruitt down there. The initial hit was made by a Lafayette defender who's slow getting up. We do not have his number.
And he's down, Dick, as he made a good play along with Pruitt. Well, Tates Creek took the opening drive and established their territory as they marched it in. Now for the second half, Lafayette has taken the football and they've marched it in. So, reminiscing of the first half, Lafayette has done it in the second half. And now they lead 14-7. Lafayette does over Tates Creek.
A beautifully orchestrated drive, taking about 5 minutes off the clock. Getting up slow is Marcus Hill, who made the initial hit on Jimmy Bailey, and Hill is going off the field under his own power.
Marcus Hill and also Pruitt got down there very quickly, Dick, to nail that ball carrier.
Okay, now let's see what Tates Creek can do with the football. Their first opportunity here in the second half. Ben DeVere, the quarterback, in the I formation. He's looking to Woodall, and Woodall catches it. Yes, great catch, John Woodall. He was battling Victor Johnson, or make that Scott Pruitt.
Dick, and what a concentration, though, by John Woodall, as Pruitt was right in his face, and he held the composure to catch that football and make a great play on it.
And a nice throw by DeVere, but the play was made, you're right, by number 82, John Woodall. A great catch over Scott Pruitt. 1st and 10, Tates Creek and Lafayette territory at the 49-yard line. A big play. This is David Peel with the football. He gets 2 or 3 yards before he's met by a host of Lafayette defenders leading the charge, getting off the bottom of the stack. 17, Mark Lunsford. 59, Jeff Waters. 58, Andy Bischoff, all in on the hit. And a pickup of a couple of yards on the play.
Pierce also in on that with Dick as they stack the line. Lafayette now is playing with a lot of intensity that they may have not been playing with the first half. They stacked him up after a couple of yard gains.
Tates Creek in the I formation. They got Bailey wide to the left, McDonald wide to the right. Here's an interception. Picked off by number 15 for... And Lafayette, with a big turnover, takes over at their own 47-yard line. So a big turnover stand, and Lafayette has the football once again.
Well, they got a chance to go up further now. Lafayette very impressive on that first drive. See what they can do here. They have the ball in very good field position.
And Stan, you can start to see the momentum shift to Lafayette at this point, just slowly, but you can feel it here. This is George off the right side. He's nailed by Jimmy Bailey. Upended George after a pickup of a yard or two. A good hit by Jimmy Bailey, the cornerback.
Well, no one touched Bailey as he came up and knocked George down. But beautiful play by Tates Creek as they needed that one. They need to stop Lafayette now. They can't get too far behind Lafayette because they play very solid defense.
That's right. A tough defense. Carried Lafayette this year with important victories over Danville and Shelby County. And it's been their strong point, and it's tough to score against them. 2nd down 9. Here's a handoff up the middle across Tates Creek territory, across the 50 into about the 47. Thomas Coates with the football. Thomas Coates has played a very important part in this Lafayette game tonight. The big touchdown fumble recovery that scored Lafayette's first touchdown, then the big 79-yard run that almost produced another score.
Rodney Bird knocked him down after he picked up a couple of yards. 3rd down 5. Big play facing Lafayette now, Dick.
A big play for the Tates Creek defense. Matt Gay to Lunsford. Mark Lunsford running hard, but stopped short of the first down at about the 45-yard line. Getting up, Demetrius Wingate, Ron Hill, and Melvin Lear, all in on the hit for Tates Creek. We'll bring up a punting situation as Bruce Wise checks into the game.
I think, Dick, this is about what Lafayette wants now. They want to play defense. They want to establish their territory, and so they're going to get a nice putt away here and hope to back up Tates Creek and play defense, and maybe the Creek, they hope, will fumble the football, and Lafayette will have a chance at it.
Well, this is a perfect opportunity of how important the kicking game can be, and the punter can get one deep and out of bounds with no run back. Here's Wise. Let's see what he can do. A fair catch by Jimmy Bailey at about the 18-yard line, and Tates Creek will start at that point with 4 minutes, 6 seconds to play, third quarter.
Lafayette got down, covered the punt very well. Tates Creek deep inside their territory, Dick.
Tates Creek now. Ben DeVere trotting out onto the field. They looked very impressive in the first half. The very first quarter, they looked really impressive. But since then, Stan, is the Lafayette defense is beginning to come to life and has stopped Tates Creek. DeVere, quick pass over the head of his intended receiver, number 18, Houston Hall, the tight end. A quick slant over the middle. Bring up 2nd and 10. This Tates Creek stand is starting to go the air a little bit more.
Well, they're going to have to mix it up a little bit as Lafayette is playing very well inside with their linebackers. And that time, Coach did a nice job of playing man-to-man with Woodall.
Stan is a veteran Lafayette's defense. 7 men played last year on Lafayette's outstanding football team. So it's a veteran unit. They play together a couple of years now. This is Chuck Hill. Chuck Hill breaking into the Lafayette secondary. It looked like Jeff Waters or Andy Bischoff. I believe it was Bischoff who stopped up Chuck Hill and knocked him off balance. Not before, though. He picked up good yardage to make it a 3rd and 2 situation.
And number 8, Chris Porter, finished him off there, Dick, but looks like Hill can break one any time the way he's running that football tonight.
And here he goes again. Good hard running, and that'll pick up a Tates Creek first down at about the 34-yard line.
Thomas Coates, along with other Lafayette players, Victor Johnson. But again, we see the elusiveness of Chuck Hill. He's picked up about 10 yards this time, which gives him roughly, 131 yards, roughly speaking, for the football game. Chuck Hill having an excellent football game.
1st and 10, Tates Creek. Power I formation. Here's Chuck Hill off the right side. It takes 3 or 4 Lafayette people to bring him down. Andy Bischoff leading the charge. Thomas Coates, Mark Lunsford, the usual people. Getting off the bottom of the stack very slowly.
Got a man down, Dick.
It looks like Chris Porter. We'll have to wait and see. But once again, good, hard running by Chuck Hill, having the game of his life here tonight in a very important game. At this point, Stan, let's take a timeout. A timeout on the field with the score, Lafayette 14, Tates Creek 7.
You're watching Fayette County Schools Television, Channel 13 in Lexington.
Okay, it's 2nd down and 2 yards to go. Stan, did you see who that injured player was?
No, I didn't pick him up, Dick.
I believe it was Porter. Anyway, a handoff up the middle. Lafayette clogging it up. And they're giving him a first down, I believe.
Jim Meese comes off the stack as, again, Tates Creek running very, very hard. It's going to be very close. I think he's got it the way they put the football, but we'll wait and see.
Well, Stan, you're pretty good on those calls. You don't miss too often. You got the eyes on
I don't know.
Eagle up here.
It's going to be close. I don't know if he got it. He got it by about a half a length of a football, and they'll stretch it, and it's first down.
He got it by about a yard, Stan. So
right.
Larry Wilson, Stan, just an outstanding power runner, short yardage man, and it's very hard to stop in a situation like that. 15 checking into the game for Tates Creek is Jeff Pierce coming out to this side, a wide out. Power I formation, 2.5 minutes to play, third quarter. Oh,
nice
Chuck
hit.
Hill hit hard, it looked like, there's a flag on the play. It may have been a face mask penalty. Hill
was one of the tacklers, but boy, he was met by that whole right side, Dick, and you could hear that pop from up here. We're going to flag against Lafayette. I believe you called it correctly, Dick, face mask.
Face mask against Lafayette. We'll add on 10 for 15 additional yards. And there's really 2 face masking calls this year, grabbing the face mask and twisting it, and then just grasping it. But this is like a major infraction of 15 yards.
But what a tough call, Dick. What a tough play, because they had really met him on the line of scrimmage, and now they get stuck with a penalty, and they really did a great job of knocking the ball carrier down at the line of scrimmage. But now they're faced with Tates Creek on their own 40-yard line.
Okay, Tates Creek in Lafayette territory. Ben DeVary hands off to Chuck Hill. A gain of about 5 on the play. Good hard running off the right side. Matt Dawson leading the charge for Tates Creek. Lost our pitcher for just a second. Chuck Hill picked up about 3 on a carry off the left side of the offensive line. About a minute, less than a minute and a half to play here in the third quarter. 3rd down 3 for Tates Creek. They got a good drive going, Stan. They got to make something happen on this down.
You're exactly right.
Ben DeVary. Steve McDonald running off the right side. And he's going to be stopped short, Stan, but it's going to bring up a big call for Coach Walton. It'll be about 4th and 1 at about the 31-yard line. So this could be the game right here with less than a minute to play, 59 seconds. And Tates Creek faced with about a 4th and 1 situation.
Well, the way that offensive line is going off the football, I'd just keep it on the ground, Dick. And, boy, I tell you, they're making a fine surge, and these running backs are running very, very hard.
Well, this is the second 4th and 1, big 4th and 1 situation Tates Creek has faced. Lafayette stopped him earlier in the first half. Let's see what happens. Look for Larry Wilson. They give it to Chuck Hill, and he's across the 30 to about the 29. I believe that's enough for a first down. We'll have to wait for the mark, but Stan, it looked like he got it.
I think he got it, Dick, because he crossed the plane there, and I believe they'll get the first down. But we'll wait and see. But looked like his last effort was enough to get him across. But
another close call, Stan. We've had a lot of close calls.
Sure
the officials have had to call a lot of measurements in this game.
You're exactly right, Dick.
And I believe they don't want to take any chances. A game of this importance, they want to make sure, because every situation like this is pivotal to the outcome of a football game.
Well, 24 seconds left to go in the third quarter. We saw Lafayette sustain a big drive and chew up about 7 minutes of the quarter. And now here goes Tates Creek, and they're chewing up the latter part of this quarter. First down, Tates Creek.
First down, Tates Creek, as Chuck Hill, Stan, had 121 yards in the first half, 112 yards. He must have now at least 150. And before this game's over with, if he keeps running the way he is, he could cross the 200-yard plateau. Here we go, 1st and 10. Here's a pitch out to Jeff Pierce, a little razzle-dazzle. Victor Johnson has his sights, and he dropped the football, Stan.
Well, Johnson had maybe a touchdown, Dick, because he had all kinds of blockers over here, and so all he had to do was pick it up. I don't know whether he got all the way or not, but with his speed, he's a definite threat. But I'll tell you one thing, he could have scampered up this sideline and picked up a lot of real estate.
A close call for Tates Creek. Jeff Pierce on an end-around option pass, looking for John Woodall, was way short with it, and Victor Johnson, who led the city in interceptions a year ago as a sophomore, had it right in his hands and dropped it. A break for Tates Creek, 2nd and 10 with only 7 seconds to play in this quarter. John Woodall wide to the left in a power I formation. DeVary too high for Houston Hall. And Houston Hall takes a rough spill with 3 seconds to play in the quarter. So they've tried that play 2 or 3 times, and both times DeVary has overthrown Houston Hall, and Houston Hall is a big target at about 6'3".
He is, and Lafayette went to a zone defense in their secondary there, which looked for the pass, looked like, and good play by Lafayette, but again, just a bit overthrown.
3rd down, 10 yards to go, only 3 seconds to play, and you would have to thank Stan that they would have to go to the air for the 3rd consecutive time. However, the way Chuck Hill's been running, they may give him the call. He's in the game, and they're in the I formation with McDonald in a wing. And
I don't know. They're going to call maybe a delay of game maybe against Tates Creek. We'll wait and see.
Could be offsides. Yes, it is. Offsides, Tates Creek. We've seen that call a few times tonight. Offside, lining up offside before the ball was ever snapped. So that hurts. We'll make it 3rd and 15, and they'll have to reevaluate their play here. Stan, they had a good drive going. They had it down into the 30-yard line. Excuse me, a delay of game. Stan, you caught it. 35-yard line. They threw a couple of passes, Stan, that didn't work, so now they're faced with a 3rd and long.
That's right. Big play, Tates Creek. They're out of field goal range, I think.
I would think so. Draw play to Chuck Hill. He's going left. Mark Lunsford chases him down, and that's the end of the 3rd quarter. So the score after 3, Lafayette 14, Tates Creek 7.
We'll be back.